Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dairy Aisle. It's your host, Eli. With me, as always, Lavender Legume.
Oh, thanks for having me.
How you doing, buddy?
I love being back. I'm doing good.
Yeah?
It's been a long day, but it's been a good day.
Yeah, you've slept, what was like a total of 6 or 7 hours in the last 48?
6 or 7 hours in the last 2 days, just doing a bunch of fucking...
You're an animal.
Shit.
I want you to know that.
Thank you so much. It was like one of those things where like the world kind of aligns itself to where you're just busy. Like everything kind of falls on your lap.
I know that one.
So it's been fucking nuts. But hey, glad to be here. Glad to be recording. We're alive.
Yep.
Blood's pumping.
It is.
How's your day been?
It's been all right. I was surprisingly more productive at work than I thought I was going to be today.
That's good, man.
Yeah, I went in there attempting to be as lazy as humanly possible. And that didn't work out that way.
How come it didn't work? It was just a lot of
There's just a lot of stuff to do.
people coming in.
Yeah, and then we have like some like big walk or something in a week, so the pucker factor is like 9.9.
Where are you all walking?
No, we're getting some people apparently from Atlanta that learned how to walk for the first time, and they're going to
my
test it out
God.
in our store. I'm really
Get
proud of them.
outta here.
They're making a lot of progress.
I heard they can't walk in Atlanta, so they're the
They
first
can't,
people.
yeah.
These are the first
The
people?
first Atlanteans to ever walk.
Oh, my God. Atlanta, congratulations.
I know.
Holy
Way to go, you
shit.
guys. For
Oh
those of
my
you
God.
who
And
listen in Atlanta,
And had blown Bleeplo, too.
of all places.
Oh, my God.
I know.
I guess they're a sponsor.
What a time to be alive.
That's good, though.
Yeah,
that's good.
it
Cool.
is,
I
yeah.
mean, when it's busy, time goes by.
Exactly.
And then you don't have to fucking work anymore.
Today was fairly quickly. Today was fairly quickly. Listen to me. Today passed by fairly quickly. It was a short day. But no, other than that, man, just studying for my state exam.
That's dope.
That's
I'm proud of
basically
you.
it. I got 3 more chapters to go before I'm done with the little project of making the note cards.
I hope you know that every time you say state exam, I imagine that you're trying to become an alchemist. So in my mind, you're taking your alchemy exam.
Just for you,
I want you to know that.
when I pass my state exam, I will go online and I will find like an honorary alchemist like thing and
please.
print it out for myself just to give to you.
No,
to be
I'll
like,
do
look,
it. No, I'll do it. I'll present it to you.
To be like, look what I got.
You know what? That'll be my fucking gift.
Please do. Get
Fucking
me
pass your state exam. I'll get it for you.
Thank you. Get me. You don't even have to frame it. If you can just roll it up and like give it to me rolled up with like a little bit of twine or like a wax seal on it. Be like, you are an honorary alchemist, but only in the state of Florida. You must put like a little thing on
the state of Florida.
but like a thing on the bottom that says I have to renew it every few years.
Every 4 years, you have to
4
renew your state alchemy exam.
And all you got to do is make a potion.
Are you a fan of Full Metal?
I've never seen it, but I'm gonna make up for it right now because I kept a promise. I saw all of the first season of One Punch Man.
Oh my God, we're gonna talk about that. Yes, please. Let's talk about that really quick.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Oh my God, what are your thoughts? Oh, so polite.
Sorry, I was drinking. I didn't want to. Mills
He
would kill me if she heard that.
Gingerly covered his microphone for you all, so that way you wouldn't have to hear his clinky clankies.
To be honest, it's the first anime that I've binged watched as an adult. The last time that I actually gave a shit about anime was back in like the Gundam Wing and Dragon Ball Z days.
Okay.
Shout out to Toonami.
So when you were like fucking 14,
Yeah, I was a child, a wee lad. But it was really good. It was really good.
good, huh?
Yeah, the animation was very crisp. I liked the combination of like manga style anime and regular anime. I liked that there wasn't too much fan service, which is really nice. There was a little bit of sort of like your eye rolling moments, like when Mummin Rider, I think I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah.
He decides to stand up and fight up against, I think it was the Fish King or Sea King, I think his name is. King of the Sea.
Yes.
You know this guy's gonna get pummeled.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Black Widow trying to fight Thanos. It's just not gonna happen. But everyone's like, you can do it, and the little kid is crying like, I believe in you, and I'm like, you're about to believe in a fucking bowl of picadillo because that's what he's gonna get turned into.
He's about to get fucked up.
But I found it kind of ridiculous that for like storyboard's sake, like the Sea King like punched this dude hard enough to vaporize him, and he was just like and fell down and gave up. And I'm like, that guy just killed like 3 Class A superheroes.
Yep.
And dismantled Genos with essentially saliva. So I found that to be sort of like a little bit of a plot hole where I'm like, all right, fine, I get it. Like, he's popular. You guys are going to keep him alive.
You can't take that show seriously in any way, shape, or form.
No, absolutely not.
That show's all about being the most fucking ridiculous.
It is.
Like, how can we make this more ridiculous?
However,
do it.
I will say this. The show did accomplish for me one thing that I didn't realize that it could or that I even needed. the final fight between him and Lord Boros, I believe is his name.
It's something like that. It's
Something
been a while,
like
so
that,
names
right.
are real fuzzy for me.
Yeah. That final fight between him where like Lord Boros keeps like upping his energy and he keeps changing and transforming.
Yeah.
The lunacy of that fight was like, I didn't realize that that's what I wanted old Dragon Ball Z fights to be when it was like the end of the season and it's like, this is the finale of this saga and these dudes are going to go at it. That's what I wanted.
I still haven't seen an anime
Like that level of
do it better like that.
Yeah, like that level of just like we're this powerful.
Well, I mean,
I haven't seen it, but then you know me, I don't really watch anime, so I have nothing to compare it to.
Well, the power, no, like the power is ridiculous, right? Like it's over the top. But the anime, like the style and the speed, you could find that in like Naruto and some of the really, really ridiculous hand-to-hand fights. Like,
I'm sure. But I like that it was basically watching like this was like Superman versus Superman type deal. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, no, it's like Superman versus God.
I know, but I'm just saying like in that
Yana.
what?
Yano.
You know. I like the fact that after everything that Lord Boros put out, that's when you saw Saitama finally just be like, fine, okay. You want to fight? Sure.
I'll do it.
Let's do it. Come
and he
on.
still does it in
One punch.
One
well,
of them.
technically two.
Was it two?
Because he did the consecutive normal punches and then he did the full focus punch at the end.
Oh, he did. So it was
which is like what cut him in half.
Two-punch man.
Yeah, two-punch man. That's how strong Lord Boros is, by the way. Shout out to him and his shriveled up little body.
Man, I haven't seen season 2 because I heard they changed the studio, the animation studio.
One of the guys I work with said that he didn't really enjoy season 2 all too much because they almost entirely removed the manga art
Oh, did
from
they
the
really?
show. Yeah, so there's like no more moments where it looks like it was ripped out of a page.
I'm
of a
telling
manga.
you, it's like it's a different studio, so they have a different style.
But he said otherwise the storyline was perfectly fine.
Look, how were the fight animations? Were they like comparable?
I haven't seen them for season 2.
I have to watch season 2, man.
But no, he says
But
it's
I'm so
fine.
proud of you. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, it was really good. I would tell it's
dope.
one of those things that I'd be interested to like actively look for season 2 to watch it
I
to
think
see what
it's-
happens.
I think it's out. It's out on like
'Cause I wanna-
Crunchyroll, Funimation.
Because I want to see what happens next.
But
But it was good. It was a good show.
there was one more thing I wanted to say about that show. I totally forgot. Lost my train of thought. It's gone. I'm glad you liked it.
Well, if it comes back later, you can tell me.
And I would recommend it to anyone listening. Watch One Punch Man if you haven't. Even if you don't like anime,
It's on Netflix. Season 1's on
give
Netflix.
give it a try. It's on Netflix. It's on Hulu, I think,
Yeah.
too.
So it's easily accessible.
Watch episode 1. I love episodes. There's Mosquito episode. I love that episode. But at least give it one episode watch.
It was a
So
good show.
It's delicious.
The animation was really good. The voice acting, because I watched it in Japanese with subtitles, because I don't mind reading.
I usually like the Japanese. I usually watch subbed, not
What?
dubbed, because I feel like the emotion's just different.
Yeah, no, I mean, I liked it. It was really good. It was very well made. It was a quality cartoon.
It is a quality cartoon. I
Yeah.
can definitely say that. Have you been playing anything lately?
I well, as I promised in the last episode, I re-downloaded Arkham Knight on the PS4 because I beat it when it
You
came
mean
out.
Arkham Tank?
Shut up.
Arkham Tanks. Where the
And
where
now
the
I'm
tanks
just
are tanks, and the bosses are tanks.
and you're a tank.
Buildings are tanks.
You're a tank.
You're-
You're bat tank.
You look at your mom; she's a tank.
Mom tank.
You look down your dick tank.
Tick tank. So I think
you re-downloaded it. You were
I
saying.
re-downloaded it, and now I'm finishing up all the Riddler like mini puzzles.
Okay, so you're going like deep.
Well, just because I think there's like the 100% completion on the game is called like I think it's actually called like Night Protocol or something like that. I have no idea what it does, and I refuse to YouTube it because I want to finish the game 100%.
Oh, I just YouTubed it.
And then I paid, and you might hate me for this, I paid $1.99 to download the skin for the 1988 or I think it's 88 or 89
Michael Keaton Batman.
the Michael Keaton Batman, the one with the banana mobile.
Oh no, I'm not gonna climb
Just so
this
I can have that Batmobile, and there's 2 race courses that are Tim Burton themed.
How great is it?
So it's got the big balloons from the
That's
Joker
beautiful.
parade, and everything's snowing.
That's dope.
And I want you to know also the kind of bitch that I am. I did those races, and before I did, because there's a part where you're going to the races, and it starts snowing. And I was like, I'm gonna be a real bitch, and I played "Kiss from a Rose" by Seal while I raced, because I needed to experience the whole thing in 4.5 minutes.
That's fucking amazing.
La da 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 da.
Oh my
If you'd like to stop listening to the podcast,
now
this
it's stuck
is
in my
the
head.
you're gonna listen to it on the way
Dude,
home.
I'm
Watch.
gonna blast it on the way home.
Also, I'd like to apologize in advance. There's gonna be some coughing tonight.
Why? Oh, because you fucking
We're back to this again.
because you got some weird meth lab thing going on over here. Some weird.
It's not as bad as last time where I had like fucking pulled a rib and everything was like, oh god, this hurts.
Are you feeling a little better?
Yeah, I feel fine. It's
Okay,
just a
good.
cough every now and again, and like
Okay.
the morning boogies.
Have you been doing? So what have you been doing for the cough? Just that, and then
Yeah, the albuterol and then the occasional cough drop
feel
and some
better
tea. Yeah, it's fine.
Feel better
It's been a
soon.
week. Like I'll be okay. So you want to jump into it?
yeah, we can totally jump into
Okay,
it.
so-
I mean, we have some things to talk about tonight.
Right.
That we've been wanting to talk about, and it's a little apropos. Where we're starting to get into the season. If you live in places where it happens, and you're listening to this podcast, the leaves are changing. Maybe you're changing. You know, maybe you're feeling things. It's that time of year. You know what that time of year is, Elias? It's fall.
Yeah, things are changing.
Things are changing.
This is around the time that if we had the rights to, we could play Changes by Tupac.
Oh, I think we're allowed to play like 5 seconds of it.
Can we just play the intro? Bing, 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 bing.
Millie, throw in the intro. Just enough to not get copyright.
Just enough.
Just enough.
Nope.
But yeah, so we wanted to start it out, talk about
Fear.
because everyone knows that fall is Halloween and nothing else.
Otherwise known as Fear Season. Not really. I just made that up.
Fear season.
Fears.
Right. Well, hold on. First off, what is fear?
I mean, that's
Aside
no
from
one's
the-
ever asked me what fear is.
Well, aside from the dictionary definition, which we know is a feeling of imposing dread or imminent danger or harm.
I'm pretty sure that's probably almost verbatim.
I can do that sometimes, by the way.
Yeah. So yeah, that is the.
That would be
definition
like
of fear, the literal
loose-
definition of fear.
Yeah, the loose dictionary definition of fear. I believe you're pulling it up right now, huh?
Yeah. I know.
Okay.
I just want to see how it's written.
Right.
Because an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So now that we've established what that is, right? What is fear? Let's get a little bit more personal.
You want to talk about? Okay, so let's go into each other's fears then.
Sure.
There's plenty of them.
What would you say is? We'll start at the bottom of the totem pole here. What would you say is probably the smallest fear you have?
What's the smallest fear I have?
Like still,
My fear of
like still big enough to register as a fear,
Yeah,
but
no.
small enough on the fear scale that you're like, really, dog?
I have a fear of wasps.
That's a totally fair thing to be afraid of. Because
No, but
fuck
it's-
wasps.
No, but it's like a fear. Like if I see a wasp, my instinct is to get the fuck out.
Yeah,
Like,
me
I want to
too.
run. But
Yeah.
like
Because a bee is like, you got a
not
big
proper
furry
response.
bumbly butt, and when you pinch me, you're gonna die. So
wasps are just aggressive.
they are, and
They're so aggressive.
and the fact that they sting you, and that they're like, we're not done, motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh, we're coming in again, bitch.
Yeah.
This like a knife. I mean, but it's still like it's not like a big fear. You know what I mean? Like
No,
it's
but I
not-
get it.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel about spiders.
Oh, but see, but spiders, you could also say is like a valid fear because like there are poisonous spiders.
But
that
even the
really
ones that
fuck you up.
aren't, like all spiders. The only spider I think I'm not afraid of are the little stupid. What are they called? Not bananas.
Crab spiders.
The crab spiders.
No, it's not banana.
Not
spider.
banana spiders are terrifying.
You're scared of banana spiders.
yeah,
for
100%.
You're definitely scared of banana
And
spiders.
golden orb weavers? No, that's from another fucking universe. No, thank
Don't
you.
they catch birds?
They do.
Yeah.
Some of them will catch like little tiny finches and stuff, which is crazy.
No, I've seen one big enough to catch like a parakeet or like
What
a parrot.
the fuck?
Yeah.
That spider's like the size of an iPad. What the hell?
Yes,
That no,
it's
unacceptable.
massive. Oh yeah, it's terrifying.
Well, there was like anecdotal evidence from the early 1990s, I think. There was like a manhunt for some bomber in Atlanta or something like that he ran away to the Carolinas, and he was hiding in like the Appalachian Mountains.
Okay.
And the FBI went to go look for him. He disappeared for like 5 years.
My God, we're really going on a journey here with this story.
Right, but-
I'm with you.
There were anecdotal reports from FBI agents that said that when they were searching caves like up in the like uninhabited Appalachian Mountains, that they found spiders that were the size of 2 human hands,
Jesus
like living inside of
fuck,
caves.
dude.
They were like, no, absolutely not. Set the cave on fire.
I'm about to show you a picture. It's gonna upset you.
Let me see. I think I've seen this one. Yeah, I've seen this.
Dude, fuck that.
Unacceptable.
It is upsetting how large that thing is.
No, unacceptable.
Okay, so wait, so are we classifying both of those fears as valid fears and not little fears?
Yeah, no, I mean those are little fears because it's like how often do you really
Those
run
are
into a
little
wasp though?
Not often. Maybe like
And spiders,
Once a
like, dog, we live in Florida.
Yeah,
like, we
once
know how to
every 2
avoid them. You know, I'm afraid of spiders because if you see me from 50 feet away,
Mm-hmm.
you'll know that I ran into a spider web because I'll break out into interpretive dance.
do you yell?
Instantly.
Are you a yeller? Or are you just a mover?
No, I murmur curse words under my voice. I'm like, motherfucker, shit, get the fuck up.
Like you're casting a spell at it?
Yeah. Like a really, really lewd fucking spell. Like, you motherfucker.
This is my sailor's spell.
Specto, go fuck yourself. Like, yeah. It's
Great Harry Potter reference.
Thank you. It's a wild sight to see me burst into interpretive dance
Do you, have
covered
any,
in spider
do you have
webs.
any other little fears? I have a ton of like little fears.
Yeah, like
normal.
what's it called? Like during hurricane season,
Mm-hmm.
whenever they say that there's a hurricane like coming for
Yeah.
us, no matter how unlikely, there's a tiny fear inside me that I am not adequately prepared enough for this storm. No matter the fact that I know that I have everything that's on like the required FEMA hurricane list,
Yeah.
there's still a part of me that's like, you're not ready for this.
You're going to die.
Yeah. No, it's not even so much you're gonna
Run.
die. It's like this is gonna ruin your life. Get ready.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But that's like again, I call it a little fear because it's like what.
Like nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's
I'll
like
be
it's a
fine.
ridiculous
Like
fear.
it's just gonna suck a
Yeah.
little bit, and then you'll be okay.
It's like being scared of thunder. It's like nothing's gonna happen to you.
Yeah, you'll be
Just-
fine, dog.
You're just you stop being a bitch.
You're being a bitch. Yeah.
You're being a little bit of a bitch. You know
Micro
what I mean?
bitch.
Stop being scared of thunder.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, if you're 9 and you're listening to this and you're scared of thunder, stop being a little bitch.
Sack up. You're
Stop.
all right.
You
It's not
know?
gonna happen to you. Listen, every time you hear the thunder, count, and when it happens again, that's how many miles away it is.
Yeah. Every time you hear the thunder and you flinch,
The thunder
Punch
knows
yourself.
you flinched.
punch yourself in the mouth.
Yeah, just don't
Please
flinch.
don't do that.
Please don't.
Like a 9-year-old listening to it. So, like, do you have any? So, what would you classify like if you're scared of heights? Is this now like a bigger fear?
Yeah, this is a much bigger fear.
There's a much bigger fear because there is impending doom.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm still on the fence about whether I'm scared of heights or whether I'm scared of falling from a great height.
I have a weird in between for that one.
Yeah.
I'm scared of falling from a height that will cripple me, not kill me.
Both of those outcomes are pretty terrible.
No, being crippled and having my fucking legs explode under me because of the kinetic force that goes through them, or just dying. Fuck, kill me.
Again,
dude.
both terrible outcomes.
Kill me.
Yeah,
One
both.
clearly better in my brain.
I mean, I guess.
Like
yeah.
you know what was like torture for me when I was in high school. The little thing in the fair, the little cart, the sky car that takes
Yeah.
you from one end of the fair to the other.
Yeah.
Fuck that sky car.
Yeah, hell yeah. No,
Because
why
all
would
I
you
could imagine was like that's a perfect 35 feet,
yeah.
40 feet,
Right onto your ankles?
right onto my fucking legs that are trapped underneath this fucking bullshit car.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Goodbye to your
I'm
legs.
fucked.
Yeah.
God, it's giving me like agita just thinking about it.
Oh. No, I mean for me it's not so much the height. Like I can be in a high building and I'm like, all right, I'm fine. But
Okay.
but if I get near the window or a balcony and I look down a little bit, it's not even vertigo or anything like that. It's just like,
Do you feel your stomach come up into your throat?
oh, into my throat. I feel it between my ears. Like
Yeah,
my brain and my stomach switch places.
yeah.
Like I've gotten a little tiny bit over it at work because sometimes we have to go like 12 or 15 feet up in the air on a ladder on one of the lifts.
Yeah.
And I make it a point to constantly look down. And I'm
Fuck.
I look down and I'm like, get over it, get over it, get over it, get over it.
See,
Like-
the weird thing is on ladders or anything that like I have more control over, not as scared of it. So if I'm like climbing a tree, I'm not as scared, even if it's the same height as that car, because I have more control of what's happening. The car is just like, if there's a failure, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if something fails, gone. I'm down. But yeah.
I'm not afraid of like being in a car.
Could you do that Chicago?
No,
There's a glass thing
No.
and you walk out onto it.
absolutely not.
Really?
My brain won't let me.
You couldn't really?
Everyone will know that you're not standing, like that you're not floating in midair because suddenly the glass will all be brown. So, yeah.
Just brown. He's gonna brown note
It look like dirt. He's like, wait, weren't we on glass? No, you're on dirt now.
So
Squishy
what if?
dirt, but-
So what if? Right.
Yeah.
You were blindfolded
right?
and you didn't know where you were.
Uh-huh.
Right. So like, there's no way you would like know you're going to this building. You're just.
I mean, I would know in the elevator. My ears pop. I'm gonna know.
Your ears pop, but like you don't know. But you know you're gonna go do that thing. Let's say you don't know.
Right. Okay. Sure.
Let's say you're just like la la la. right? You'd fat, dumb, and happy.
Also, by the way, I'm glad that we've gotten past the fact that I've willingly let somebody blindfold me and take me somewhere without my knowledge.
Well, I mean, you have to suspend disbelief a little bit.
No,
So
somebody's getting
you have
stabbed at the
been
end of this.
blindfolded of your own volition, happily, so merrily, and taken to this building, whatever. You get put in the spot. The blindfold gets taken off.
Oh,
You're looking straight because you don't know. You're just like, where the fuck am I? You look down, and it's fucking clear. There's just
No.
floor underneath you. What happens to you?
there will be dead silence followed by, and then just a river of brown.
Wait, like the shining blood elevator doors.
yeah, but doo-doo.
Just dookie butter all over
Oh,
the
just
building.
everywhere. It's doo-doo, baby.
There's twins floating in it, falling out of the
Who
fucking
knows who they are?
elevator. Oh man, would you have like a legit panic attack? Would you like freak out?
I think I'd pass out first.
You would probably pass out from
Yeah,
like the
I'd probably
intense
faint.
shock.
Yeah, I'd probably faint. I don't think my
Holy
brain would
shit.
probably, just to protect myself, it would be like, no, we're not dealing with this anymore. Pew. Yeah.
That's nuts. I don't know how I would react because I'm not scared of heights like that.
Like-
but I definitely respect heights. Like if I'm close to a ledge, I'm like, "Ugh,
When
I
we
don't
were
wanna
redoing the roof earlier this year,
be." Okay.
the roofer was like, "Venga, come up to roof," and I was just like, "Nah." And
You got the wrong one.
and he comes down from the ladder, and he tells me in Spanish, "Stop being a girl. Come up to your own damn roof. You're a man. You own the house. Come up and see your roof." And I was like,
Why are you so right?
"Yeah." And like, yo, every step up the rung of that ladder was a step closer to death for me. I was like, you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get up to the roof. I'm gonna be like, this is great, and I'm gonna slip, roll down, and land straight on my neck and die.
You little bitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I am 10 pounds of bitch in a 1 pound bag.
Oh my god.
When it comes to heights, though.
But it wasn't that bad though, because I got here the other day and you were on your ladder.
Yeah, and I don't.
did
And
it.
again, at that point, I've gotten to a point now where I can get on that, and I don't care. I'll still be a little bit trepidatious about getting on the roof, but less so now than when the roofers were here. Like now, I can probably get on my roof and pressure wash it
And not
enough
feel like
that
you're
I'm
gonna die.
like, I need to be cautious, but I'm not here like cagándome because I'm gonna fall off and die.
Yeah, you have
know?
that. You have confidence being up there.
Enough. I'll get a little bit like when I have to get down and like figure out how to look like an idiot climbing down the ladder.
Okay.
But outside of that, I think I'm a little okay with. I'm still not cool with being on a plane.
Dude, I can't imagine you like parasailing.
No, I'll pay somebody else to do it for me.
I think you'd pass out again too.
Yeah,
I
no,
think dude, because you get up there,
I wouldn't put myself through that either.
look down at that fucking blue ocean. You're like, man,
Dog, that's
if
what the
we
internet is
fall-
for. I can see those photos there. I don't need to be there. Be like, look, the water's blue. Yeah, congratulations. The same color everywhere else.
Really dope though. It's pretty
Don't care.
dope. No, but I know. Yeah, no, that's like that's.
I'll
like
put it
your
this
thing.
way: you would rather parasail. I'd rather go the other way. Give me a pair of O2 tanks. Get me a regulator, and I'll go underwater.
You'll scuba dive. I'd scuba dive.
I'll scuba dive every day of my life.
Do you know what
instead
my
of going up?
environmental fear is?
What? Drowning.
No.
Deep water.
Underground. Getting buried alive.
Yeah, that's a shitty one.
Fuck
Oh God.
that.
But wait, like buried alive? How though? Like you're just laying in a ditch and somebody covers you with dirt, or like
No,
I'm
no,
trapped
no.
in a box and then the box is buried,
No, like you're
like that
you're
movie with Ryan
underneath
Reynolds
the
that no one
fucking-
remembers.
you're underneath the ground, like in a cave, and like your light goes out.
No. I cannot.
Where are you
watch
going
those,
now? Nowhere.
I can't watch those videos of
I'd
like
fucking
underwater
lose it.
cave divers that they reach like pockets where there's no water, and the cave section that they're going through is maybe like a foot high, and they somehow figure out a way to squeeze through it.
And they have to pass their tanks first, so they can't breathe. They have
Yeah.
to-
No.
and if you lose control of your diaphragm, you're going to be too fat, and you're not going to be able to get through.
No. Like I see that and I was like, you're not meant to be there.
Nope. Fuck that. Fuck.
Mother
that.
Nature said no and you said yes. No. You know how I know that those things are dangerous? Because when that soccer team or whatever was trapped in that fucking cave in
my
Vietnam
God,
or
yeah.
something like that,
my God.
and a literal Navy SEAL rescue diver died trying to get to them. And I'm like, that's all this fucking guy trained to do for his life. And he died doing it. Like, what chance does some fucking idiot dentist from fucking Wyoming have of figuring this shit out?
Dude. And those kids had to go out. Like, they had to be taken out.
Yeah.
So the kids had to make the journey.
No, just kill me. Let me die in the cave.
Dude. No, I mean,
Let me die in the
At that
cave.
point, you got to do it. But
No.
I wouldn't be there to begin with. Fuck that.
What are you doing in a cave?
Stop being in a cave.
Do you know what exists in caves? Guano.
Chupacabra.
The chupacabra.
But even people who do like the dry, like just like spelunking, but not underwater spelunking.
Which, by the way, side note, spelunking is incredible. Like, it looks so cool.
yeah.
Like, when I'm watching it on YouTube in 4K, I'm like, damn, son.
Yeah, but when you go a mile under the earth or some shit, or whatever, for 400 feet under the fucking earth, and you're going through things that are like a fucking phone book wide, and you're trying
Yeah.
to squeeze your little body through,
And
and
like
if you get stuck,
gently,
you die.
And you're doing it gently, by the way, because nobody's rushing you. You're just there, like, take your time. Everyone takes about 45 minutes to get through this little crevasse section.
dude.
Because you get through it and you're like,
Fuck.
woo, we made it. And you're like, yeah, you got to go through it in reverse, by the way, when you leave. No, you want me to paint you a picture? Are you ready? Because it's going to make your butt tingle. You're somewhere in the jungles of Panama with a bunch of people who want to go spelunking.
Ooh,
They
okay.
have somehow convinced you to spelunk.
I like
And you will
spelunk.
now spelunk.
Spelunks.
You guys realize that you have now found a hole, like a sinkhole, somewhere in the jungles of Panama that is rumored to go down 3.5 miles,
Guys, look.
right? Previous expeditions have been here, so you know it's safe because it's been explored, right?
Oh, kinda.
You guys find a good anchor point, you spelunk down. You get down to the 3 mile depth. And as soon as you guys are down there, it's just flashlights because it's dark. Sunlight doesn't make it down there anymore. No light. And the ground rumbles. But it's not an earthquake. Yeah. Now imagine the rope climb back up. I think the rope climb back up would be scarier than being on the floor when it rumbled.
What was it then if it wasn't an earthquake?
Bro, who knows? An elder god.
Just get out.
Just get the fuck out. It could have been fucking Steve's stomach because he had too much Taco Bell before we left. It doesn't matter.
I'll
Can
tell you
you
this.
imagine that shit?
I'll tell you this. No, that would be the fucking. That
And
would
like,
be terrifying.
And when I tell you a rumbling, I don't mean like, hey, was that like a truck passing
oh, no,
by?
no, yeah, like-
I mean like the earth growled at you, like
yeah.
like a deep guttural, just like something that creates bass at this
Yeah.
point, where you're like, not.
like the earth is on vibrate and is getting a call.
And that's when you just hear.
The earth is just one big telephone.
I knew it.
I would take if someone was like, you either have to spelunk and fucking worm your way through these fucking underground caverns for a mile or fucking climb the side of this fucking mountain. I'd be like, I'll climb the mountain.
Yeah.
I'm not going underground. I'm not doing it.
I'll climb them. If those are my only two choices, is climb or go underground, I'll climb.
Climb.
I'll climb.
I will fucking
Because you know
climb.
what? Guess what? I can stop and rest.
You can stop and rest underground too.
Yeah, in the dark. With no light and nothing.
Dude, fucking
Yeah, because
hell.
at least on the side of a mountain, if you have to stay overnight, that's all right. Because at least, like, the sun comes up in the morning and you're like, all right, cool.
If you have a fucking ledge to sleep on, it's not guaranteed. You might not find anything. It might be like, hey, it's gonna be like a 2-hour climb, and the only rest you get is like these tiny little pockets you can squeeze your foot into and press up against the side of
And
the
just-
rock. No, not even sleep. You just
No, not sleep. Just
letting your
my
arms
voice
cool down.
cracked on that one.
That's
No,
right,
not
it's the
sleep.
fear. That's the fear working
That's a
through
fear
you.
crack.
Man, but you know what's cool about fear is that it's not even like those are like physical things, like situations you're in,
Yeah.
or things that you're doing, or things that are interacting
So
with
what, do you want to talk about, like, psychological fears?
Dude,
But
fear goes deep.
I was reading about a crazy one
Fear
the
goes
other day.
deep. Well, my biggest fears have nothing to do with the physical world,
And they are.
Well, that's not totally fair. But like one of my biggest, if not my biggest fear, has to do with it's like an emotional fear,
Of?
loss, grief.
Have you never experienced
Grief is
it?
terrifying. No, I have. But I also you don't have those moments where you think about like losing someone that's really dear to you. Like I think about losing Chrissy sometimes. Like when she goes on vacation, I'm like, man, what if something happens? Or like you get into your own head.
Really? I start planning the party. I'm just kidding, babe. Just kidding.
And divorce. Not even married, divorced. But I'll get into like this dumb headspace where like I start getting worried and all that shit. And I'm like, dude, the amount of not the same person I would be if that happened, like it's just terrifying. It's so terrifying to me. Even the concept.
Really? That
like,
scares you?
Makes my heart. If Christy died?
No, I mean, just the concept of losing somebody.
No, I've lost a bunch of people and I'm fine. It's losing certain people.
Right.
Especially like Christy's like my fucking, that's my tesoro, Papa. That's my lady. That's my heart. Dude, if something happened to Christy, I don't know what I would do.
I mean,
Genuinely.
is it situational depending on how you lose her?
No. In any way, shape, or form. She's no longer with me?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
What if there's revenge to be
Meltdown.
had?
Revenge will be had.
But do you think you'd process your grief through the revenge? I mean,
No.
I know we're diving a little deep on
no,
this,
no,
but
no. This is kind of cool. But no, it would not be. That would not be what I'm using to grieve. My grief would be having to remove her from every aspect of my life, because that's what grief is, right? Grief is like the process of like removing that person from the things that you're used to having them in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like you basically like download that information, you have to delete it in a certain way, and I think that's what like grief really is. It's your brain working out the fact that that person is no longer there and getting used to and adapting to the situations where they would normally be there without them.
Right.
I would process my grief by grieving. I would kill the motherfucker who did it because
That's what needs to be done.
That's the rule of the world. Like
Yeah.
you just don't.
No,
like,
an eye for an eye.
You've taken something from me.
Yeah.
Like that's not. You've affected my life.
Well, yeah. I mean,
now
if,
this
if,
is
if someone takes
you know?
her from me, I mean, it's not like you killed her and now I kill you. It's not, for me at least. It doesn't work that way.
Scorched earth.
Yeah, like
Scorched earth, everything's
I
gone.
will take so much more from you than
Yeah.
you knew was even humanly possible.
See, but now you're trying to work your grief out through revenge.
Yeah, but that's how my brain works.
Yeah.
Like, so if someone takes her from me, so many people are gonna die. Like, I've thought about it before, and it's not even like, it's not like a macho fantasy. It's just like, that's how my brain works. I think I'd snap. Like if somebody hurt her and it caused her to not be here anymore, and I found out who it was, it's like lists are being made.
For sure.
Like people you've met, I'm gonna kill them.
Oh Jesus! See,
Yeah.
but that's too. See, you're working out like now. You're using.
Oh
you're
no, there's
using that
rage.
as, like,
there's vengeance.
Now,
But I can't like
all of that.
I'm sure there's a part of my brain that cannot control that anymore.
all of that terrifies me. Like I'm so scared of that. I'm scared of like that situation happening. Terrifies me. Like anything like that terrifies me. But you know what I mean? It's not. It's like. It's not anything attacking me directly. It's not anything. It's not like danger.
Not
It's
afraid
like,
of a jaguar. Like
Exactly,
Although
yeah, which-
jaguars are terrifying.
Jesus Christ, jaguars are
Shout out
fucking
to
scary.
Shout out to jaguars.
Shout out to every big cat.
Yeah,
Shout out to
all
every
of them.
big cat. Respect to the big cat.
Which side
Jesus.
note, somebody online the other day was saying that the only reason that domesticated cats don't kill us is because they're not bigger.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because
Wholeheartedly.
they behave the same way that lions and tigers and jaguars and panthers behave. They're just they fit into most overhead storage bins.
and
so
their ability to go feral immediately. It's like
is incredible.
it's like them and pigs. I think can do it immediately.
Have
Like,
you
they're
ever
put into a
tried-
position, they're like feral.
Have you ever tried tickling a cat's belly?
Yeah. It took me a year to get my cat to let me fucking rub her belly without her like. But yeah, but like so it's like stuff like that. That's what scares me the most. Those are my biggest fears.
I have one that's for me that's scarier than that.
What is it?
Have you ever heard that song by Tool, 46 and 2?
Jesus Christ, where are we going here? Okay.
Have you ever heard that song?
No.
You've never heard 46 and 2?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not a huge Tool guy.
Okay. Listen to it. I think you might like it.
Okay.
So,
I'll take you up on it.
46 and 2, basically, from my understanding, is based on the idea that there are essentially 3 types of people on planet Earth, and they're broken up by their chromosomal markers, basically. So,
Okay, so like preset patterns, like preset blueprints for people.
So there's like, I think the explanation is, and I don't know how true any of this is, but the idea is scary. 42 and 2 is like the Aboriginals,
Okay.
and like African tribes, that they equate their consciousness to one world consciousness. Like
Like they're part of a hive mind?
yeah, sort of.
Okay, cool.
Like everything happening affects everything else to them, right?
Okay,
And
so
then-
we're all a big nervous system.
Yeah,
Each
basically.
of us are neurons or something
right.
like that. Okay.
And then there's 44 and 2, which is us, like a very disconnected society. You know, we live sort of in our own headspace, and that's it. We're disconnected from everything else.
Yeah, more and more so.
Right. And then the concept of 46 and 2 is that that's what's coming next. Like there's like a next evolution in sort of like the chromosomal makeup of humans, in where we're not connected only to the idea that like us and the earth and everything around us is one, but it's more like looking deeper into our subconscious and realizing that we're more than just like bones and flesh and a brain.
So what's scary about this?
So this ties into, and I believe this is a theory put forth by Carl Jung,
Okay.
or Jung, I believe. Jung.
The psychotherapist?
Yes.
Or the
Shout out to Carl, by the way. Super smart guy.
clinical psychologist, I'm sorry.
I believe so.
Yeah.
He talked about the shadow, like the shadow self.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I've listened to Peterson.
Yes. And he basically talks about the shadow self, how like there's like a constructive and a destructive shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be aware of which one you're like focusing on.
And aware of your potential for evil.
Right. So you don't like, number one, so you don't like project it onto other people, but also so that you realize that like the shadow is part of the different sort of layers of you. Because there's like your ego, there's your, what's called the animus.
Yeah. Then you have like a true voice.
Right. There's your superego, the id, your persona, all that stuff.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with the minutiae.
Right. I'm not either that much, but like I know your persona sits on the outside. Like that's the mask you wear. And then as you get deeper in, you eventually find out who you are at like the conscious and subconscious level. And that to me is terrifying. That like I am
figuring
not
out who you really
like
are.
I am not who my brain tells me I am. Like this is a caricature that I've made up over years.
Well, it's a bunch of adaptations.
Yeah. This is all masks, like
experiences.
This is just a big like mashup of being somebody's son, being somebody's brother, somebody's significant other, a student, a teacher, an employee, an employer, a boss. You know, all that shit. Like all of the experiences, the exposures, the art, the movies, the music, everything that I've listened to, all that stuff. And I was trying to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go on.
Sorry.
All those experiences.
Yeah, all of those have created like this, like I said, like a persona, like who I think I am. And that's who I am.
It is who you are.
I think it's my persona.
In a way.
I don't think it's deep down in my subconscious who I really am.
I think if you break down who you are to like that level, I think we'd all be surprised at who we are.
I guess, but then that kind of makes me wonder.
It's like simplifying a fraction.
I guess, but then does that mean that when you really like get granular with that shit, does that mean that like your ego, like who you are, the center of your consciousness, if you were to separate those two for like, you have like your persona you and your ego, like the one that literally sits at the control room of your conscious and subconscious, and you put both of those people in a room, how vastly different would they be?
They'd be really different because they're different aspects of you.
Yeah, but I mean, dog, like that's terrifying that you're not who you think you are.
But I think getting deeper to like who you really are is just about honesty.
I know, but
I think
are
it's
who
about
you
being truthful to yourself and going, this is who I am. This is what like I'm capable of all these horrible things. I'm capable of all of these fucking amazing things. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I mean, like the point of knowing those things is so you can control them. So you can learn to deal with them correctly and have them come out in the way that you want them to and have them intermingle and be in balance. So so your ego isn't flying through the roof, fucking taking control of everything. You know, you can have the other aspects of your personality also have input into like what you're doing,
right?
Who you are.
Because that's what scares me is like.
But getting down to the nitty gritty of who you are is terrifying. I do agree with you.
Yeah, because I mean, like you don't know until you go exploring.
Oh yeah, you can get to some dark places in your mind.
Yeah, dude,
for
like,
sure.
But then that kind of makes me wonder: is the opposite true for people whose persona is, I guess, for lack of a better term, evil? Like, is the opposite true for someone like Edmund Kemper or Jeffrey Dahmer or anybody like that?
No, but those people are very different.
They are, but I'm saying like
they work differently.
If my persona is like a normal, good, like law-abiding citizen, where like I don't really want to cause harm to anybody in my day-to-day, is it possible that like my ego, like my inner subconscious, is it like a cold, like detached, calculating creature? In the same way that is it possible for someone like a serial killer whose persona is one of like pure evil and murder and destruction?
It's not though.
But we don't know that though.
No,
Because maybe the opposite is true. Maybe the center of their subconscious is just like it's innocent.
Well, I mean, some of them I think they have probably like a persona of evil, and they're just like they are who they are. But I think a lot of people, like if they have a persona, it really is a mask. And for certain people I don't think you can have opposing goals like that, right? Like I don't know if someone can genuinely be like, I don't want to hurt people and I just want to be good and I want to,
but they
and
do
then
it
at
anyways.
the same time be like, I need to fucking kill. Like, you know what I mean? Like that means that there are two aspects of who you are, of your personality, in immediate conflict. Like that has to be some kind of psychosis. Like it has to be clinical because there's no way. Yeah. Like there's something wrong.
Haven't they said that there's been no evidence of multiple personalities?
No, there's definitely been evidence of multiple personalities.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't forget
I
where the
believe
hell it was that I
so.
read or heard that there's never been like a clinically diagnosed certified case of multiple personalities.
I mean, to remind
heard
everyone, we are idiots talking on the internet.
Yeah.
So, by the way, anything we say is probably wrong. So, don't take anything as fact. But
like I've
I have
heard
no
of
idea. We'd have to look it up.
Yeah, like
maybe.
I've heard of like dissociative personality disorder where somebody like basically creates a personality
and
and
then leaves.
Well, it like they create a personality to save themselves from something. Like it's their brain protecting themselves from a trauma.
That's what I'm saying. Like you create a persona and then you walk away consciously and let that thing take over.
When I
and then
talk
you
about
pick it
multiple
back up.
personalities, it's like movies where it's like you have a person like John Doe, right? But there's also
like,
7 other people living in his head.
like Split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that to me is like, I don't know if that exists.
has to be
Maybe not as
real.
dramatic as Split, but like,
No, I think Split's
you know,
over the top. But I mean,
Yeah.
there has to be like clinical cases of that because I think that really is a thing.
well, I mean,
we're gonna find out now.
while you look that up,
How did we get here? We went on, like, a
because
fucking
we
tangent.
went from little tiny like physical fears to like deep psychological fears.
No. I know that. How did we
Yeah.
get to fucking serial killers?
Because I was asking if serial killers are the same as regular people.
Oh, okay. No,
In that
they're
sense,
definitely
like-
not. They're definitely not the same as regular. Like even the way they process information, the way their brain. I mean, that's why I love like shows like Mindhunter and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Even though it's dramatized,
Sure.
but like just to even get like a little bit of a glimpse, even if it's a little Hollywooded, of how they categorized those people, is so fucking unbelievably fascinating to me because they work so differently. Like the way they see the world is just it's different. Like
Yeah,
there's-
well, like,
there's
the
different.
difference between like organized and disorganized.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we're so wrong about dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay, never mind.
DID, a disorder characterized by the presence of 2 or more distinct personality states. Dissociative identity disorder, previously called multiple personality disorder, is usually a reaction to trauma as a way to help a person avoid bad memories. So you're right about the reasoning.
Okay. Just the execution was off.
The
Got it.
execution was off. Yeah, but it's distinct, like they're different people.
That's
that
crazy.
take over the consciousness.
That's nuts that your consciousness can just like perform like cell mitosis and just be like bloop, and now we have 2.
How bad does it want to run away from what's hurting it?
Yeah, but that depends on the person and how they process trauma in the first place.
Great. That means that you
'Cause
basically
not all
can't
trauma-
process that trauma to break you.
Well, yeah, but I mean then that
Because that's a life or death response from your brain. It's because it's either we make a personality that can deal with this,
right now,
or we're done, or we die, like or we break down.
or there's other people. I mean, there's other people that their brains can't do it, that they just become catatonic, where they're just like
true.
no
I mean,
speaking, no nothing.
Depends on the brain. Yeah, where they go through so much trauma that they.
I wonder if it's easier for kids to form multiple personalities than it is for adults.
I have no idea. There's probably like a whole slew of like variables that are involved in that. I'm imagining.
I'm sure.
Like there's probably. I mean, because
Granted, most of those like insanely harmful traumas probably are more likely to happen to you as a kid than they are as an adult. Because as an adult, you're aware of the world a little bit more. So I feel like you can have systems in place to protect yourselves from these things happening.
I feel like usually
to an extent,
and I feel like you're atypical. If you develop multiple personality disorder, your brain has to be atypical in some way.
Yeah, it has
Because
to
I
already
think-
have been wired that way.
I think someone who would be typical would probably they would
catatonic.
dissociate,
Yeah.
but they wouldn't dissociate by creating someone new. They would dissociate by like transferring the pain of the trauma to someone else. That's why you get like bullies who are in like a bad situation
Right.
at home who take it out on people because they're trying to find something they can
I've
put it into.
I've even heard of people that have experienced trauma to the point where like their brain just developed amnesia. They forgot about the trauma.
Oh yeah, where you repress it.
Yeah, their brain was
repressed
like,
memories.
we're going to delete that. And it doesn't delete it. It just partitions it into another hard drive and says, we'll cover that later. Don't worry about it.
What if like, holy shit, what if you were scared of stuff that you repressed and you just didn't even realize it because you repressed
Let's
it?
not talk about that. Because you're making my heart hurt a little bit right now and my
But,
brain.
I mean, I
Because
don't
you're
know,
not
there's, like-
wrong. Can you imagine though? I mean, like we're what? We're 30, right?
Yeah.
So when was the last time, outside of like your fear of losing Christy, when was the last time that you developed like a really like irrational, almost caveman-like fear of something? Because I'm pretty sure for most of us, the answer would be when we were kids. Because we'd be irrationally scared of like Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger and
Yeah. Once
once
I was an adult,
the guy from Hellraiser.
or once I was past once I was in my teens, like early teens.
That's it. That's when the fear is kind of like, meh.
The only thing that I was like really, really scared of was once I found Christy, was just losing Christy. I didn't care about anything else. I was like I was always like a kind of a free bird.
Right.
So I was like just floating from one place to another, but I found something that I wanted to stick to.
Right.
And I was like, oh, can never lose this.
Yeah, I honestly cannot remember
But
the
yeah.
last time that I like,
I remember being scared of fucking Captain Planet.
what?
I had a nightmare about Captain Planet.
But where the planet?
Captain Planet turned into a fucking multiplied and turned into a bunch of fucking weird demon looking things and was chasing me around.
Maybe that was Captain Planet showing you what global warming is.
Oh my god, maybe.
You're
Maybe
a
it was
planet,
a.
James, you're a planeteer, okay?
Oh my god.
We have to save the planet.
He was trying to show me the horrible dystopian future
Start by
that is
recycling.
demon him. Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, irrational fears, like fears of the dark. I always had. Do you remember, like, when you had to close your eyes when you were shampooing your hair?
Mm-hmm.
When you were a kid, dude, I would do everything in my power to not get soap in my eyes, but
Let me
keep
tell you
them
something.
wide open.
There is still like a 0.8% of my brain that even to this day, it only happens if I'm showering at night.
You're like,
That when I go to like close my eyes, I'm like, I have honestly, this is the dumbest shit you're ever going to hear in your life, but there have been times where I've closed my eyes and I involuntarily make judo chop hands.
oh my god,
Just in case. You
like
never
it's
know.
gonna do anything. What are you gonna fucking do with these
quick
little
judo chop, right to the
Yeah,
fucking
okay.
throat.
as Satan takes you?
Satan's never going to expect a judo chop from a soapy naked man in the shower.
That's the first thing he'd expect.
No way. Have you seen the way that guy dresses? Loincloth and a pitchfork?
It
What are you, a gay farmer?
it's still one of those things where if I'm like my eyes are closed in the shower and I hear like a noise, I'm like, the fuck? I
Yeah.
immediately like
I had the weirdest
Frantically
reaction
search
one
around.
time to hearing a strange noise in my house.
Did you shit?
No. Something on the other end
Oh,
happened.
what? You peed?
No.
You came.
No.
Oh my god.
No, I heard a noise. I was in the shower. I was listening to NPR. I was like, I think I had like a Saturday or a Sunday off and Mills wasn't here and I heard a noise and it didn't sound like a noise that normally happens in my house. It wasn't like my dog running up the stairs or anything like that.
By the way, the sentence "I was in the shower listening to NPR" is just the fucking most ridiculous thing I've heard.
That's every
all
morning for
day.
me. I listen to NPR every morning when I'm in the shower.
Go on.
That's how I get my news, okay?
on.
Don't judge me.
Go on.
You're judging. And I heard a noise, and my instant reaction was that I got. Millie can bleep this out, but I got a halvesy on
Oh, you
And I
got
was-
you popped a little chub.
a little bit,
Pop a little chub.
but it was
boy.
like a fight chub.
yeah.
I was like, I'm around here naked with this dick hard, and we're gonna fight.
That's a fear boner right there.
Yeah, yeah,
That's,
but if
whoa,
you're-
what the fuck going on?
But a fear boner that transcended into me being like, all right, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out of here, rock solid. I'm gonna go grab the gun, and we're gonna fight this out naked,
We're gonna see what shoots first, the gun or my dick.
both at the same time.
Run, motherfucker!
Biological warfare.
Oh my god.
The Dave Chappelle
Dave
skit.
Chappelle skit with the
Oh,
bus.
it's on my head. It burns.
Oh god, no! He held the whole bus up with his dick. His homeless dick.
Stick a finger in your butt. Oh no.
Oh god.
That was such a good skit.
It was.
That stand up.
Anything? Is there anything else about fear that you want to talk about? We kind of like covered a lot of it. Now we covered like dumb.
I do
fears.
have some other dumb fears. Like I've had some dumb fears, and this existed in my head before I found out about the podcast that talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
But like when shit was kind of heating up a little bit last year, and I know we've made a promise not to talk about politics.
Oh, I don't want to.
This is this is as close as it's gonna get, and I promise it's still very far away.
Mm-hmm.
But like last year, when shit was kind of starting to heat up a little bit more with like the Mueller investigation and all this stuff, and people getting a little rowdy here in this country. I have like this like mild irrational fear of a possible like next civil war in this country. And I was like,
Really?
yeah, it was brief. It lasted like maybe like a week where I was like thinking about what that would be like. Just like as a scenario, like I was just brainstorming.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that would suck on such an immense level.
Well, there's a culture war right now.
I know there is.
There's like a culture war going
But,
on.
but I just don't like the I don't like using the term war.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it
definitely
implies
has
a
that
lot of things that
connotation,
have
yeah.
not happened.
Oh no, and it's like when you really look at it, it's like, oh, it's just a small group of people fighting on the internet,
Yeah, it's a cultural disagreement.
and everyone else is perfectly fine. Like
Yeah.
you go about your day, even in that time, thinking about all that. You could go about your day and literally never argue with anyone.
Absolutely not. I mean,
Just go your day and just live your life, and you'd be fine. And no one fucking got in your face about anything.
And in Miami, it's great because I feel like we have such like a laid back culture in Miami
Yeah, I feel like people don't give a fuck.
about anything.
They're like, don't come here with the bullshit.
Yeah,
get out
like,
of here with the bullshit.
I
don't give a
already
fuck
have
about
enough
you.
to deal with traffic.
And
everything costs a ton of money.
No.
The weather here can fucking
Yo, I'm
suck
trying
dick
to get-
wto wonce.
I'm trying to fucking make bread. I'm trying
Yeah,
to have a
dog.
good time.
You
I'm
think
trying
this
to do
fucking
good
Miami
by
Heat
my-
license plate paid for
No.
itself? Come on, dog.
Get the fuck out of here, dude, with all your
Get outta here,
bullshit.
your fucking nonsense.
I don't want your drama. I got enough drama.
That's why I feel like
I
Miami
got
is
like
such a
8 hour
safe
lead
place.
times, dude. You're what?
That's why Miami's such a safe place.
You know, Miami is like up there in dangerous cities or whatever.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Where
but I'm
the
like,
fuck is
I
that
don't know,
happening?
man. I mean, I know it happens.
Yeah, but that's like localized to where? Like downtown after 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, like Liberty
Little
City.
parts of Little Havana, Liberty City,
Yeah, for
Brownsville,
sure.
Cooper City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's the ghettos.
We only have one like real Hispanic ghetto here, right? Little Havana. And even that is like already not really a ghetto anymore. Are there any more like really like Hispanic ghettos
Latin
anymore?
ghetto. I mean, Little Haiti has a lot of Hispanics too.
It does.
Little Havana's still Little Havana
I mean, though.
in certain parts.
side
Carroll
note-
City.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Carroll
right.
City.
There's a pretty
For
good
sure.
Hispanic population out there.
Yeah. Well, there's a Hispanic population everywhere.
Yeah. We are the plague.
We are the plague.
We are many.
Yeah.
We are legion.
Um,
So yeah, that's about it for fear that I can think of.
yeah, I mean, I had like dumb fears growing up, like more dumb fears growing up, like going to the deep end of the
dentist.
pool
Or that.
and there was a shark in there. You know, you're like, there's a shark in here.
There were a bunch of times at our house where I would jump into the pool and I was like convinced that the second my head went underwater and like the bubbles cleared that I'd look up and there'd be just a great white coming straight at me.
Oh, ready to fucking chomp on you.
Yeah,
ready
and
to
I-
get it.
For no reason. I'm like, that
Oh, yeah.
fucker would die in this pool in a second.
Oh, for
It's
yeah,
a
no, he would just
chlorinated
be-
freshwater pool.
He would just be freaking out and then
Yeah.
seizure and die.
Yeah, instantly. Like I have the upper hand here, shark. But in my mind, my caveman brain, I was like, there is a megalodon waiting for me inside of here.
There is a great white that has somehow managed to adapt to chlorinated fresh water
And found my pool.
and somehow got in my pool.
Was he airdropped in? Like
Maybe he was a baby, swam through the pipes, and then grew there without you knowing. And then when birds landed on the pool, he'd eat them, and that's how he sustained himself.
that's how he got bigger and bigger and bigger
Even though great whites can't be in captivity, they die like
instantly.
no, it's not instantly,
I
but
know.
it's like they
They have to
fucking
be there for
immediately
rehab.
die.
Yeah.
They immediately start like they don't want to eat. They just stop swimming. They're like, just kill me.
Just kill me now. I had an irrational fear as a child of rainforests,
What? Why?
like rainy jungles at night.
Oh well, yeah, that's fucking scary.
Because like my brain and like I made this distinction to
There's a
Millie
lot
the
of
other
stuff in
day.
the forest.
Yeah, well, I made the distinction to Millie the other day that like I'm not afraid of like let me rephrase this. I'm not afraid of like an Amazon jungle at night because it's like it's a jungle. Like the 3 most terrifying things in here are the jaguar that's been following me since 2 PM, a venomous spider that I didn't even know existed, and a malaria-carrying mosquito. All terrifying things pales in comparison to how scary a forest, like a deciduous forest is when it's raining in the middle of the night. Dog, who knows what's in there?
Dude,
Who knows?
there's so much shit.
There
in
could
the
be
rainforest
there could be
that
15
can
Bigfoot.
Kill you.
I named 3 things that could kill me.
So many more things can kill you. In literally everything that moves, you're like, is that frog gonna kill me if I fucking touch it?
But
like,
at least you know that they're there in a fucking forest.
fuck, and it's
You
so
have
loud.
no idea. That's the
You have some
terrible
idea.
part. It's loud. So you're like, can everybody just shut the fuck up for like 10 minutes, please? You've
Dude,
all
it
been
has to
yelling
be
at
like-
each other for.
Has to be like a freight train in there.
Dude, can you imagine how loud a rainforest is at night? Like the center of the Amazon. There's no civil, not even a tribe is anywhere near you.
Just loud everywhere.
Just the sheer amount of insect sex that you're listening to at that time.
Everything's sex. And
Everything is
hunting.
sex.
Things are dying and
You're
fucking
listening
being
to the entire
born,
circle of life as a soundtrack,
pretty much.
but versus like an American or a Canadian like old growth forest in the middle of the night, like 2:00 in the morning, and it's raining. Dog.
Dude, it doesn't even have to be raining.
It could just be a perfectly
It could
fine night.
just be a perfectly
But just
fine night.
like fully lit by the moon.
And you know what's fucked up
Or
about
worse, dark.
It's also probably, I mean, if it's raining, it's cold. So that's shitty. But even like a woods dry at night, in the middle of the woods, and you have no light, fuck that. Like,
Fuck. You want to know why?
put your back to a tree and hope.
That's not Slender Man.
No.
Why would I even say that?
Fuck Slender Man. Hope that a fucking mountain lion or a bear
Can you imagine
doesn't find you.
Can you imagine a fucking Kodiak? You just feel that fucking
Fuck
nose.
that?
Don't even try to run.
No. I'm so much more scared of like
A bear.
animal, like shit like fucking Slender Man shit. Like, I don't give a fuck about that.
Because the bear will eat Slender Man.
No, because a bear will put his paw on your fucking chest
And you realize that
eat you
it's-
ass first as you're
Alive.
screaming at it
Yeah.
and not give a fuck. Because
It'll
it's
just
just
be like,
like,
"You're
I don't need to
delicious."
kill you. I literally don't have predators. I'll do whatever the fuck I want to.
Can you imagine being an apex predator?
You are an apex predator.
No, I'm not.
You are.
I'm not at the top of the food chain.
Absolutely.
I'm at
you
the-
are.
No way.
We can go right now
I'm at the
to
top
Walmart.
of... No.
We
no.
can go right now to Walmart and buy a weapon that can kill every single living thing, has the potential to kill every single living thing on this continent right now. You didn't have to do shit. You just have to go buy it. And you can go anywhere you want. You want to go to North Dakota? Kill whatever the fuck you want there.
Dog, if I miss, or if that gun, like, misfires or
That's fine.
malfunctions...
Yo,
I don't have claws. I can't see in the dark.
for sure.
I don't have razor sharp teeth.
I'm not saying you're on the same plane.
I can't run 35 miles an hour in a straight line. I can't climb a tree like it's my fucking job. Like, do you know
but you can set traps, bait.
mankind? Hold on. Let me say this. Mankind is the apex predator of an artificial food chain. We have created
Of a food chain we've carved out.
created, yeah. But the natural order of Earth, right? If technology didn't exist and humans, we were just like cavemen people, right?
No, but we were still, as cavemen,
We were still
way
formidable.
up there.
But we were formidable because we could think about things from a different perspective, right? But I'm saying no technology, no guns. Like the most we can do is like spears, right? Maybe primitive bows and arrows.
Mm-hmm.
We're still not top of the food chain in our area. We cannot implement the same level of predatory behavior and execute the same level of damage that true apex predators can do. You cannot damage a shark with your body the way a shark can damage you with his.
You
understand?
can't. I understand where you're coming from.
Right, but you get me, right?
In our natural capability physically, yes.
Yeah, we're not apex predators.
But we can.
We have become apex predators through equipment, ingenuity, and technology.
So we're apex predators. We did it through our own. We did it
but we're
using
not
our brain.
Yeah, but we're not natural apex predators is what I'm getting at.
No, we're not jaguars. Yes,
Right.
I totally agree with you. But
Although animorphs, why were you guys turning into strange like duck, unicorn,
Yeah.
camels?
because they can.
But why not like form of man, bear, pig?
Form of Godzilla.
Oh God.
Because they had to touch it. As long as they touched it, they could turn into it. Even aliens.
The alien show's so stupid.
What alien show? No,
The-
we're going on a tangent.
Yeah, no.
The
Which we do have to talk about.
we can out hunt every species on this planet.
100%. But that's why
We can destroy the world.
that's why I don't understand people that they like trophy hunt like a deer and they're like, I'm not gonna eat this. I just want to put its head on my wall.
No, see, I don't.
And I'm like, no, dude, if
that
you're doing
person-
that, hunt something that can hunt you back.
but
primitively.
that person's not a hunter.
Like, go find a lion in the Serengeti and you hunt that bitch with a spear.
Not
If
allowed
you
to
fuck
anymore.
up,
Well,
You're
the way that people used to hunt lion, like back in the 20s, was you would have a professional hunter, a guide,
Mm-hmm.
and you would find a lion, a male lion,
Right.
And then you'd basically stalk it till you were able to get to about 50 yards from it.
And then boom.
No.
No.
And then the person who bought the hunt, the person on the hunt,
Uh-huh.
would slowly walk out until they were about 30 yards from the lion.
And then what?
And they would look at the lion and they would wait. And you'd have your gun ready.
Oh, and you like point it down.
Point it down and you wait. And you wait for the lion. Basically, the lion would like look at you, kind of whatever. And
Yeah,
then
you're having an experience.
And then, but the lion would get ready.
Yeah.
And it would get in a pounce position. And basically, when the lion pounced,
You shoot.
you shoot. And if you miss,
You're dead.
there's a lion on you.
Yeah.
And if you don't miss, you win.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Or maybe there's still a lion on you because maybe it's not dead because you hit it in the stomach
Right.
or in the paw or you fucked up.
Yeah. Or what you didn't know, and again, this is what makes them apex predators and not us. So what you didn't know is that there were two of his friends lying in the grass watching because they're like, ooh, free meal.
No, that's why you have professional hunters with you.
I guess.
That's why you have professional hunters with you because they're looking out to see if anyone else is there.
This is why I love the concept in the original Jurassic Park when the game warden was talking about the velociraptors.
Mm-hmm.
And he's telling him, like, see, you're focused on him right in front of you. What you didn't know was the
These
ones on
two.
the sides. I was like, this is why they're apex predators. This is why we don't bring them back, because we're all going to die.
But we do that too.
But who do we bring back? What apex predator have we brought back?
No. I mean, like,
Oh,
we
like
do
where
the
we
same
set
thing. Raptors.
traps and shit?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's warfare, though. We have to. We're
But
trying to
that-
outsmart another human. Like,
But you outsmart animals all the time. It's easy as fuck. You outsmart animals all the time.
You
know-
say that, but there's people that think that they can be like, oh, if a bear chases me, I'll climb up a tree. Have you seen videos of bears climbing trees?
There are situations that when you're in that situation, you're fucked. Like, even a moose against
you
a
seen-
bear, you're
Hold
done.
on. Have you seen the video of the guy that was bow hunting and got like charged by a grizzly?
No.
Bro,
I mean,
that
it's
is the
happened.
most like primal fear in that scream that I've ever heard. He just lost the ability to say words. He tried telling the bear to go away, and go away turned into just this like like I can only describe it as like caveman screaming. Mind you, he completely fumbled the bow. He had an arrow drawn, completely ready to launch that shit straight into the bear. Bro, butterfingers. Butterfingers.
Broke.
It was like his first day with his new hands. He was like, I don't know what to do
Baroque.
anymore.
Dude, what are you going to do in that situation? Fear.
No, you
dude,
shoot yourself.
Primal fear. We didn't talk about primal fear.
Primal
Wow.
fear, yeah, the
We went on
lizard
like
brain.
a 15-minute segue to get to primal
Yeah,
fear.
the lizard brain is a big one. What kind of primal
Dude.
fears have you ever experienced? Have you ever had any?
Almost drowning was definitely one
I remember
of
your
them.
story about getting trapped into the big fucking
yeah.
lake condom.
Um,
That's what I call it now, by the way.
what's another primal fear I've had? I mean, when I was little, like, I thought it was a primal fear. And it kind of was, because, I mean, I was scared. It was definitely fight or flight. I went to a snake shop when I was like 7 with my dad, and there was like a little king snake in my hand. He was, dude, maybe...
Are king snakes venomous?
No. They pretend, if I do remember this correctly, and I was 8, I think they're the ones who pretend to be rattlesnakes, but they're not really rattlesnakes.
Okay.
Like they rub, so it sounds the same, but they're not venomous.
So they don't
They're
actually know how to torque. They just kind of...
no, and they also don't have venom, so it's like it's not the same call.
Damn,
like
so
it doesn't
they
mean the
messed
same.
up. They messed on both. Fuck.
But basically, it was like this 10-inch snake, this baby, and I was holding it because my dad's like, I've been wanting a snake or whatever. He's just taking me to like, oh, look at the snakes, and then maybe stop talking about wanting snakes. And so it's in my hand.
A1 parenting.
A1 parenting. So it's in my hand and it's like moving around a little bit. I'm like, oh, cool. And then it just picks its upper body up into an S shape
And looked at you.
and just is in my hand. And I'm like,
They're
oh,
not supposed
Dad.
to do that.
I'm like, Dad, what is he doing? And my dad, legit, without skipping a beat, is just like, oh, he's about to bite you.
And did he?
Dude, I lost it. Right when he said that, yeah, it went down. And I was like, ooh, and I just fucking dropped that shit. I didn't give a fuck where it went, if it died, if it I just dropped it. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
I
about
want
this thing.
distance right now is what I want.
Yeah, I don't want that thing near me at all. That was like little kid primal fear. But like, I've never had an encounter with an animal that's made me
I think my
that made
own-
me scared like that. Like, oh, I'm gonna die.
I've never had that with an animal.
Maybe a car accident. I've had primal fear in a car accident.
The last time I think I felt primal fear was in middle school. When I got into like my first like real fist fight.
Oh no! Yeah,
I
for
ha-
sure.
I had
fights.
I had
didn't even
somebody
think about
hit.
fights.
I had somebody hit me hard enough
To rock
during
you?
that. No, it didn't rock me, but like it made me realize that this person like was not holding back. And that was the only time in my life that I think that I was like, it's me or them. And not like in a it's me or them, like I'm going to fight them until I knock them out and I am the winner. It's like when we leave here, one of us is breathing and it's going to be me. And like that was my mentality. And that's basically how it ended up being that like the coach had to pull me off because I finally got on top of the kid and I wasn't punching him. I was literally strangling him.
You're just
like,
holding his throat?
I just had both hands on my throat and I was just squeezing. And like, I don't remember it. Like, I know now that that happened because they told me that's what happened, but I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I remember him punching me. We fell to the ground. And then after that is I kind of sort of came to in the locker room. And the coach was like, what was that, dude? And I was like, what?
in the fuck?
And he's like, yeah, was it really needed? Like, did you need to strangle him? And I was like, strangle? What are you talking about? We were punching each other. And he goes, I found you strangling him. And I was like, well, I mean, fuck.
Well, I did what I did when I did it. Yeah, there's like fights. Like every time I went to spar in MMA, it was definitely
There was a moment, yeah, where you're just like,
oh no, the entire time.
You're
shitting.
gonna die.
You're shitting every time because you're like,
you
I have
really-
to go up against this person and I have to try to fucking punch them
Punch
and not get
him.
punched, or
That's-
not get kicked or kick them or fucking roll with them or whatever the fuck.
I don't know if maybe like that choking incident is what led to me eventually realizing that like my stand-up game is probably garbage versus somebody who's like comparable in size.
Everyone's stand-up game is garbage, unless you
Not MMA
practice.
fighters.
Well, no. That's what I was about to say.
I was like, not everyone.
Unless you are a trained fighter that like practices stand-up, your stand-up is probably not good. Now, don't get me wrong. There are
When I
people
say,
that are
like-
naturally good at fighting.
Right. I mean,
for
like,
sure that happens.
When
but
I say like my stand-up game is garbage, like I don't think that I can punch that hard.
I think there's
That's
a
why,
lot.
like, to me, it's like my goal is to get behind you because once I get behind you, all I got to do is wrap these ludicrously long giraffe arms and legs that I have around you, and that's it. As long as I get behind you, game over.
Really quick question about punching.
Yes.
Like, let's say if I told you to punch the monitor in front of you, right?
Right.
The computer monitor.
Yeah.
What would be your thought process?
Like, what do you mean? What would be my thought process? Like, if
What do
you
you
just told
think-
me to punch it,
Yeah, what are you thinking about?
I don't wanna
as you're
punch
punching it. No. I mean, but no. Let's say you're gonna punch it. It's like punch that monitor, and you're gonna go to punch it. Like you're committed to it.
Oh,
So what do you? So what do you like? What are
no,
you thinking?
my-
Like, what? How are you gonna punch it?
my instant thought process is punch right in the center
Mm-hmm.
and push literally through the other side.
Yeah.
Like punch it hard enough that my fist appears on the other side of
You
the
want
monitor.
to punch the back of whatever you're. But that's so.
I
a lot
want
of the times.
I want to hit the wall behind my monitor.
The reason I ask is because a lot of the times people don't know that like just thinking about that, like when you go to punch a punching bag, you're not punching the front of the punching bag, you're punching the back
Through
of
it, yeah.
You're punching through it. When you punch someone, you punch through them.
Yeah, you
'Cause
punch
that's
your
how
whole
you
body.
fully connect. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if maybe you didn't know that. And
No,
maybe
no.
That's
For
why
me-
you didn't
for
feel
me-
like you could punch them.
No, for me, punching is it's like a relationship commitment. You either go 100% or you don't. That's it. If I'm gonna punch somebody, every time I throw a punch, I'm going to hit you literally with my whole body. Like that is my goal. I'm gonna throw all 140 pounds of me because I'm a little tiny man. I'm gonna throw all of it at you as hard as I humanly can.
That's how you get. But you're gonna throw like wide punches. They're
No, not
really
haymakers.
obvious.
No. Like I'll throw up my set. But when I go to punch, because I'm a lefty, my left hand is my power hand. But I'm not a boxer. Like I cannot stand in front of you, and I do not know how to jab with my right to set myself up for a left. I'm literally just gonna keep you at arm's length until I see something that's open, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to punch you straight in the fucking side of your head. And if that doesn't work, and you don't kill me first or hit me harder, then like I said, my plan is to just get behind you and do a rear naked
I'm
choke.
just gonna try to choke you a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna literally try. Well, because for me, I'd rather choke somebody than beat them to death. Because I can just choke you, and it's like, okay, way less effort on my part. Number one, and number two, you're gonna die, like guaranteed. I'm gonna stop oxygen from going to your brain.
Yeah, but you don't want to go into it with the plan of killing them. I mean,
No. For me in a street fight, I'm killing somebody. That's it. My goal is to kill the other person. There's not going to be a get up and shake hands after this.
yeah.
There's going to be a body bag after this, and it's going to be you. I'm going home to my woman and my dogs, period.
I mean, but that depends on the situation. Like, yeah, no. To me, it totally depends on the
Yeah.
situation.
If somebody's looking for trouble, I'm going to do everything I can to avoid it. But
No. But I mean,
if the situation devolves into us fighting, Sorry.
No, I mean the situation of it. Like, are you being robbed? Are you being like, you know what I mean? Like,
No, if
is
I'm being robbed, take it all.
Oh no,
Take it
That's
all,
you're not
take it
understanding what I'm saying.
What are you
You're
saying?
getting into a fight, no matter what in this situation.
Right.
But the way the fight comes to you,
Uh-huh.
in my opinion, affects like how you react to it. Right. Like, so if I think like if you're just trying to fuck me up, like if you're trying to jump me or you're just trying to assault me, like yeah, now
You're dead.
It's fucking for real because I don't know what the fuck your issue is.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're trying to kill me.
No, but we're not having
like,
this anymore.
But like if we get into an argument
Like
over
you and me?
something. No. Like if,
Like a friend.
or that, or even if like I'm at a gas station, I'm in line or whatever, and I'm talking on the phone, and maybe someone's just like, "Oh man, like fucking, you're so loud on that phone or whatever." Like, what the fuck is your problem? I'm on the phone, fuck off.
Yeah, but then they
Like,
come
it's on
up
the
to
phone.
you and they're like, "Yo,
And
hang
then
up
like,
the
hey,
phone,
what the
faggot."
fuck? Yeah, but exactly. Like, I'm not trying to kill that guy. I definitely want to I want to clock him a few times, but like, I'm not trying to fucking kill that guy. Well, I don't know how the fuck we got here.
But you've established that I am a murderer
But we did it, yeah. So if you're scared, be scared of Eli because he's a murderer.
because he's gonna kill you.
I
don't know why-
if Millie's gonna keep any of the last 10 minutes of
Who
that.
knows?
I think it's a lack of confidence because you don't have like fight training. So in your mind, you're like
Just end it completely.
exactly. You're like I don't fail if I try to complete it. Like you have a better. It's because you can't gauge like, okay, what's too much, what's not enough. Instead of taking the risk of it being too light, you're like, fuck it. I'm just going to go overboard. And then for sure I get the job done. Like at least I'm okay.
I mean,
think
at
that's the way it works.
At that point, just decapitate them and put their head on a pike outside of your
for
house.
sure. Exactly. And so
Send
everyone
a
else
real
knows
message to everyone else. Be like, that's the decapitated guy's house. Stay away from that place.
that ogre does not want you in his swamp.
He's got
Stay away from
terrible
his swamp.
Wi-Fi. Patreon shout out. My sister Gabby. You smell like boiled cabbages and elderberries.
Gabby.
Woo! She's our new Patreon subscriber. I love you. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for the support. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is Gabby's one's coming on?
She is going to be on. So now we can do the next episode announcements. Gabby is going to be our guest for the next episode, right?
Sweet.
So she's going to be coming on to the show to talk about haunted places,
Okay.
specifically here in South Florida.
Dope.
She is speaking to us from the perspective of someone who is a college-educated history teacher. She teaches history normally, like that's her day job.
You could just say she's a history teacher. I assume she's college educated.
But like she's highly educated, and like this is what she went to school for. Not haunted houses, but history.
Damn, you beat me to it because I was about to be like, oh, what? She fucking minored in haunted house?
Majored. Surprise.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she a spooky bitch.
She knows everything. 13 Ghosts, that was all her.
She's the 14th.
She's the 14th ghost.
Surprise. No, she's gonna come and talk to us about like spooky houses and spooky places,
Yeah, it's awesome.
and like give us
Can't
like
wait.
the historical background on them.
To be totally honest, when you told me about this idea, I loved it because I don't really know anything like that about
I only
Miami.
know one of them here.
I don't know
I
any
can't
of
even
them
remember what it's. I think it's called Curtis Mansion.
Oh, I don't even know that.
But she's going to talk about other places. She sent me like a list of the places. I didn't even know like half of them.
So that's why I'm so excited. I'm excited
Yeah.
to learn. Look at that.
Yeah, there's
Teaching everywhere she goes.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
The
What a
classroom,
dedicated woman.
here, all over the world.
Oh, my God.
Not actually all over the world. That's bullshit. But
Yeah, no. I mean,
mainly just at school.
yeah,
in
we
here.
get it. She's good, but she's not
not
going
that
around. She's
good,
Mother
yeah.
Teresa, okay?
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Even though
Okay,
Mother
well,
Teresa was a terrible person, but still,
I can't wait to have Gabby on and hear about all of the haunted Miami.
it's gonna be great. I'm really looking forward to it. And then
Fucking
the other cool episode that we're gonna be recording, which we'll mention after that one. So that's gonna be dope.
Yes, I am very excited.
Yeah, we're gonna be pretty spoopy this year.
It's gonna be. We're definitely embracing Halloween to its fullest.
a little bit.
Yeah. it's
Have
gonna
you
be
thought? Are you gonna be dressing up for Halloween?
fun. Yeah, because I'm going to my 10-year high school reunion,
Oh shit! That's
so I'll be
right.
dressing up for that.
Go Eagles!
And I'll be dressing up for Halloween. We want to try to do a Halloween party.
What are you thinking about dressing up as
For which one?
for the reunion?
Don't know yet.
You should grow out your hair.
Dude, it's in like fucking 2 weeks or some shit.
Get a wig and go dressed up as yourself in high school.
Get a wig. By the way, how long were you gonna tell me to grow my hair out?
To your high school length, but then I realized that it's 2 weeks, so you have to get a wig because your hair was to your
Even if
shoulders.
you didn't know the time frame, why would you? Hey, look, I need you to take the next 2 years and I
just
need you
grow
to
it
grow your hair out so your high school reunion you could show up like you. By the way, ingenious, dress up like yourself, smart. But in high school,
But high school, yeah,
dude, be so dope.
I can still picture it too. The checkered Van slip-ons.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah,
The fucking camel shorts that didn't match. Looking like a dirty stoner ska kid.
I loved it.
Oh my God.
I still have a photo of us hanging out at the very front of Southwest, in front of the Southwest sign, just hanging out on the grass. And we looked identical because we both had long hair. We looked like a bunch of fucking dirty hippies.
I remember.
We looked like a bunch of
You had your
dirty
long black hair.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And now that I've cut it in my adult years, that hair decided that it wanted to just show up on my face instead.
That's good. Don't fucking complain about that.
No, I have a very nice beard.
You got male makeup right now.
Is that what it's called?
Male makeup. Yeah,
male
dude,
makeup?
for sure.
Yeah, it's better than bro liner.
Oh, what's bro liner? What the fuck is that?
Eyeliner for dudes.
Oh, is that like a real? It's like a brand.
It's, well, they used to call it bro liner as a joke, but I think they ended up coming out with it because what's his name? Johnny Depp made it really popular with the Pirates of the Caribbean series
And his life.
and his life because I think he just
always wears eyeliner.
yeah all the time.
Puts on fucking 80 accessories.
Dude, ridiculous. That guy has so many cranial accessories.
Honey, where's my 8th necklace?
I'm missing my 27th bracelet.
It's
and
ridiculous.
One of my 11 rings
Dude.
for my feet. Like
I have 2 rings on one finger. Find it. I don't know how we got here, but I gotta go to bed.
yeah, you gotta sleep, and so do I. Listen, that being said, like James was saying, shoppers, please take all your purchases to the front of the store.
It's been a pleasure.
It is. You can't stay here, but you also don't have to go home.
But you shouldn't go home.
No,
Go somewhere else.
Go somewhere else. Go somewhere scary.
Yeah, go to like a 24-hour Starbucks and look up scary stories and scare yourself, you know?
This is true. We're
Have
gonna
a
post some
pumpkin.
stuff on the Instagram later to ask people all kinds of questions to get their
About the
their
spoopiness.
support. Yeah, we got to get people's spoopy opinions.
See you guys.
I love you all.
In
We'll
the
see you
next
in
one.
2 weeks.
Love you.
Love you.
Mwah,
Bye.
mwah.
Mad love you.